Hello, this is Wormslayer. It's a game I'm working on with Pygame, and today we're going to take it from this to this, and then release it as a demo on Steam. First things first, since the last devlog, a lot more people have started playtesting Wormslayer, so I've got a lot more feedback and a lot more changes to make. Here's a few of the more interesting ones. The mouse now starts at the top middle of the spell you're casting. It used to start in the center, which meant you had to move your mouse up to even start drawing the spell. I also changed the exploding segments. They no longer explode the same frame the worm dies. And now Okay, so now it's on a timer, and it'll make it very apparent when it's about to go off. And lastly, I added a little effect when your dash comes back. Then the main menu is looking a little barren, so I added credits, a settings menu, and a quit button because for some reason I didn't have that before. Next I decided to work on the rope. You can now click again once the throwing star has stopped moving to retrieve it. And I made an ability where you can right click to shoot out throwing stars in all directions. This also uses the same stamina meter as the dash, so this ability is meant to be more risky since you can't dash right after using it. Since we're adding one ability to that class, let's add one to the rest. The mage gets a stun attack, which is very useful since they're highly projectile based, and the knight gets to throw a weaker version of the bomb. Back to the rogue, it's time to tackle the biggest issue. They still only start with one item. Somebody had suggested a katana before, which I thought was really cool. One small issue though, I couldn't get it to look good in an 8x8 sprite. So regular sword it is. This is the long sword, it has 2 attacks. A slash, which took me forever because these particles did not want to cooperate, and a lunge, which I was hesitant to add because it kind of makes the throwing star obsolete. It did make it in though by popular demand, but I'm still not sure if it's here to stay. Anyways, making that made me start thinking about synergies. Right now, despite the mage having 2 items, it's too hard to combo them together, so usually only one will be used in a run. So I ditched the complex casting system the spellbook had and gave it a basic shotgun attack, and I made it so you could collect mana, which is basically the ammunition of the spellbook, while you're not holding it. So now it acts as more of a secondary item. Then I added the 3rd floor and made some music for it. Now wait a minute, what does half my code do? Most of this just isn't commented. Guess I gotta go back through all my spaghetti code, figure out what it does, and then comment it. Man, that was a pain. If only there was some way of preventing that. Now you may be wondering, did I learn anything from this? Hey, how about we optimize the game's graphics? So I just use this function, now my frame rate is 3 times higher. And no joke, the game is now breaking because it's performing too well. Oh wow, this looks ugly. If only some really cool person who is way better than me at art could help. On an unrelated note, my friend Ta, who is really good at art, just so happens to also hate the menu art and is willing to redo it. And here's the final result. It's like night and day. With the menu taken care of, it's time to make a ton of quality of life changes and small tweaks. And finally, I'm feeling ready to work on some of the game's content. So let's add some new items. We've got the shield. It has a bash attack which launches you forward and recoils you back uncontrollably, and an ability that reflects spikes back at worms. Oh boy, I can't wait to show this to the playtesters. Shield looks kinda meh. And then I brought back the trap, which was a scrapped item. It would work well as a secondary item, and I can modify the AI of the worm so that they target the trap, which would fix the problems I had with it before. Then I made a bow which deals more damage the longer you charge it up, a Terraria summoner item but with the ability to control the minion you summon, an excuse to have rhythm game mechanics, and finally my personal favorite, the jar of beetles. So they fucking explode on impact. Then I finally got accepted to make a Steam page, so it's time to get sidetracked. I'm not gonna go into detail on the process of making the Steam page, because it would be boring. All you need to know is it was a pain. And getting back to work, we need a way of getting the new items. So now they're just here and you can trade out your old items for them. Finally, I can release this update to the playtesters and— oh no, that's a lot of bugs. Okay, fix those. I've been told by a few people that it's not very noticeable when you take damage. So we just add some of these particles and we can even copy them over to the worms. Add some of these orb things. Make more distinct hit sounds for every damage source. And there you go. Definitely didn't take multiple updates to get that right. All these rooms look the same, so it's about time we add some decorations. Moss, cobwebs, graves, grass? Wait, don't question the fact that there's grass in this cave, it looks good. Anyways, mushrooms, skulls, rocks, vines, water streams. Oh hey look, there's a campsite. There seems to be some kind of note left behind here. Wait a minute. Are you telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Incredible. Right now the chest can only drop 1 of 2 items, so let's make some more. First an acid flask, which I spent an unnecessarily long time on the visuals of, and then a max health potion, stun bomb. And last, but certainly least, an invisibility potion. It's almost useless and I intend to get rid of it the second I have a replacement. Oh hey, I got an email from Steam. You're invited. Going Rogue, a festival of persistence, features discounts and demos. Sign me up! Let's get this game ready for release as a demo. To begin, Ta decided to redo the player sprites in color, and it is an objective improvement. Oh, you're wondering what's over here? It's a secret room. It's got some good stuff. Actually, never mind, I take back what I said. Then I added a journal that catalogs everything you find. I added control prompts, which I stole from multiple other games. Then I made a menu where you can just look at all the controls instead. Finally set up the demo, and now let's test it out. Okay, bye. At first I thought that was a collision bug, but as it turns out, instead of trying to enter the hole, the player was trying to enter the control prompts, which despite appearing here, would technically be here in the game world. Anyway, I made a trailer, and finally released the demo. And that's when I checked out the Going Rogue page on Steam. Scrolled all the way to the bottom and nothing, no demos. Just ignore that, they added that in the last few days of the event. Anyways, you go back up to the top, click one of these buttons, and then scroll all the way back down. And there you go. But oh wait, where's Wormslayer? It's not even there! If I knew it was gonna be like this, I wouldn't have even participated. The inclusion of demos in this event was so half-assed. Alright, well somebody made a video on the game. Let's see what they had to say.
I really dislike this inventory system. I know the scrolling through it, it should just be...
Wait, what?
Weapon leveled up.
No, wait, what are you gonna say?
Imagine Isaac, but with one enemy type. It's just having one enemy type, that's lame.
Yeah, I really thought segments with the different abilities would just fix all of my problems, but it really didn't. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you still want to play the game after what you just heard, the demo is unfortunately no longer up, because I took too long to edit this. But I will have another one up in June. So subscribe or wishlist the game on Steam so you don't miss it. Links to stuff in the description.